Hi everyone, this is Rohit here, and I work as a product manager for geolocation and activity. Abeeway Mobile App is a white label consumer app that can be used to track pets, objects, your loved ones. Once you install the app, you will have this page where you can sign in and sign up. You'll see the login page where you can enter your email and password. If you do not have your email and password, then you can click the register icon. For example, if I click the register button, you will enter your first name and last name, your email, and the password, your accounts. So I already have an account, so I'm just going to enter my credentials. The mobile app it works with the trackers connected to LoRaWAN. And when the trackers are connected to a Bluetooth, the trackers are switched off. So you would need a LoRaWAN network, whether private or a public network, to be able to use the mobile app. Welcome to the permissions page. This is a very important page where you have to allow the app to access permissions all the time, even when in background. The reason for this is very simple. When the Abeeway trackers are connected over Bluetooth to the mobile app, then the trackers are basically off. So all the LoRaWAN, the GPS scanning functionality, Wi-Fi scanning functionality is actually disabled when the trackers are connected over Bluetooth to the mobile app. However, when the tracker is not connected over Bluetooth, then the tracker is reporting its positions over LoRaWAN, and the mobile app is accessing that information from the backend. So for different phones, this permission page has a different behavior, but it is very important that if you want the app to work properly with the tracker connected or Bluetooth, that you allow the app to have permission access, even though it is running in the background location. Okay, so once you go to this add a tracker page, it is very important that you flash your firmware with the right config and the latest binary files, which are explained in the mobile app application notes. And also it is very important that the routing for these trackers from the LoRaWAN network is done correctly to the right platform, which is linked to the mobile app backend. And that there is at least one position in the backend from these trackers. So if you have done everything correctly, it is very important also that there is no Bluetooth bounds on the mobile app. For example, I'm just going to forget this device. This was an Abeeway device. So all the Abeeway devices in the Bluetooth, they always start with the prefix ABW. So it's important that there's no Bluetooth bond for the tracker that you're trying to add to the mobile app. So, and it is also very important that you switch on the tracker, and when the tracker is switched on, it will advertise itself for 5 minutes if it's not bonded. This duration is configurable in the Abeeway config files, which you can change later on. But it is important that when you add the tracker is not paired with any other device. And you can see that with the melody the tracker will play when you start the tracker. So if you can hear the melody from the tracker, that means it's advertising itself. So now I'm going to add the tracker. On this page, the mobile app is trying to find the device. So for example, in my case, it is the device that is ending in 216. And the ABW is the first few digits of the dev UI, and the last digits of the dev UI are what you see here. So, and for my case, the tracker is a smart badge. That's why you see the photo of the smart badge here. So I'm just going to add this tracker to my mobile app. So at this stage, what is happening is that the mobile app pairs with the tracker, and the tracker plays a beep when this happens. And that at 66%, the mobile app is reading and writing a lot of firmware parameters. And it is very important that at this stage, you're not playing any heavy Bluetooth file transfer or music or something like that with the phone. Because if you do that, that will slow down the connection between the tracker and the mobile app and could create potential issues when you are pairing the tracker with the mobile app. So once you go past this stage, you will go to this page where you will be asked to personalize the tracker. You can, of course, choose an image with the camera or an image on your phone. So in this case, I will just put my name. So once the tracker is added successfully, you will see that the Bluetooth connection will break for a few seconds, and then the mobile app will auto connect the tracker in the Bluetooth, and you will see the Bluetooth icon on the on the icon of the tracker. And you will also see a button called ring, which you can use to ring the tracker. So I'm just going to ring it right now from the app. And of course, the volume of the ring is configurable. If you want to change the ring to a louder volume, you can change the config parameter of the tracker. Then you can also set alerts of the tracker. So there are three types of alerts: motion alert, zone alert, and SOS alert. So motion alert is when the tracker has begun to move. So of course there is a timer in the tracker that for 370 seconds it has to be still. So that's when it considers that it stopped moving. So basically the tracker has to be lying still for 370 seconds, and then you have to start the motion, and then every time the tracker is moving, you will get a motion alert. Then there's also an SOS alert. For example, you have an emergency situation, and whenever you press the triple click on the tracker, it will send positions every 2 minutes, and the UI will also ring, and the LED of the tracker will also flash LED. So, for example, I will enable SOS alert, and I will also enable motion alert. So you can see that both the SOS and the motion alert arrived as soon as I trigger the tracker. And these notifications arrive as a push notification. So for example, you can see the push notifications from my mobile app. These are the push notifications that came from my mobile app that you can see here. The tracker Rohit sent you an SOS alert, the tracker Rohit moved. These are the push notifications that I was talking about. All right, then you can also create a geofence zone. So for example, if you create a zone, so for example, I'm just going to create a zone around my house. Then you will see a circle around the location that you just created. If you're happy with the circle, it's okay. If you want to zoom in and zoom out, you can use your two fingers to increase or decrease the size of the zone. I do not recommend you to create a zone less than 200 meters because there will be errors if you do so. So once you create the zone, you can create the name of the zone. And it's important that you assign at least one tracker to the zone, because to create a zone, it is important that the zone is created with at least one tracker assigned to it. So once you create the zone, you can go back to the tracker UI. If you want to enable a zone alert, you click the button here. And as soon as you go in and out of the zone, you will get a push notification on the mobile app that says that the tracker entered the zone or the tracker left the zone, depending on if you're going in and out of the zone. On the tracker view page, you will see the name of the tracker, of course, and the last time the uplink was received or the last position was received from the tracker. And you will also see the battery status and the temperature that is sensed by the tracker. So when the tracker is connected over Bluetooth, the tracker is actually talking directly to the mobile app network. The mobile app. So the temperature and the battery status that actually comes from the Bluetooth interface. When the tracker is connected over LoRaWAN, all this information comes via LoRaWAN from the backend, and I will show you in a little bit what happens with that. So once you have shut down the tracker, you will see that on the tracker UI, the mode, the position, the mode of the tracker, it says off, because whenever the tracker goes off on the Bluetooth, it actually sends a LoRaWAN uplink indicating the mode is off, and then the backend sends the WebSocket notification to the mobile app to indicate that the tracker is actually switched off. So now I'm going to switch on the tracker again. The backend receives the uplink that the tracker is on, and after that you would see the mode off being disappeared because it receives the notification from the WebSocket that the tracker is on. And then of course, because I'm close to my mobile app, my tracker is again connected over Bluetooth within a span of less than a minute. Then you can also repersonalize the tracker if you want. So if you want to change the image or the name of the tracker, you can do that from this UI that you see here. In the advanced settings page, you can also update the firmware of the tracker. So for example, if you want to update the Bluetooth or the MCU firmware, you can do that quite easily from this UI. So for example, if I click this UI, you have to click the checkbox to enable the Bluetooth firmware update. And if I go next, you can select the option automatic if you want to update it directly from the backend. If you want to update it using the file option and you have the firmware files, you can do that from here. I'm just going to carry out the Bluetooth firmware update. It usually takes less than 30 seconds. Okay, so now the firmware file is being transferred, which is what you see here. After the firmware file is transferred, the Bluetooth chip on the tracker will reboot itself, and then there will be a break of the connection with the mobile app, and that is what the mobile app is waiting right now to re-establish the Bluetooth connection. So if at this point, if you feel that your mobile app is stuck for some point, you can actually close it and restart the app again to re-establish the Bluetooth connection. But during the file transfer of the firmware update, it is very important that you do not shut down the tracker or play with the tracker, and definitely not close the mobile app because it could damage the tracker in an irreversible way. So now I want to show you a demo of a sharing feature. So the idea behind sharing feature is to share your tracker's position and the status of your tracker with another email address, or let's say with another account holder of the mobile app. So it's important that for the sharing feature, the two email addresses are in the same realm. And if the user does not have a mobile app, they will be asked over email to install the mobile app. And once they have installed the mobile app, they will be able to see the shared location of the tracker. So I'm going to log in to the phone on the right, which is my follower phone. Which is on the left, I'm going to share the tracker with this email address. So as soon as I have done that, you will see a push notification coming on the mobile app of the follower phone, which is the phone on the right. And you will see the new tracker appearing here with the shared icon. Now on the shared tracker, I cannot change the profiles. For example, if I want to go to the settings page, you will see that the profile area is grayed out, which means that you actually cannot change the parameters of the tracker. However, what you can do is to get the position of the tracker. So if, for example, if I do locate, I will request the position of the tracker while it is connected, depending on whether it is connected to Bluetooth or over LoRa. And of course, it takes about 20 to 25 minutes, depending when the tracker is in or out of LoRaWAN coverage. You can also, so you see in this case, the position request was successful very quickly. Then you can also set the same type of alerts that I showed you for the primary tracker. So for example, you can enable SOS or motion alert. So for example, if I enable both motion alert and SOS alert, and I move the tracker and I enable the SOS alert, you will see the different notifications coming on your phone. And you can scroll the notifications down to see all the notifications that you have received so far. Then you can also create a geofence zone on a shared tracker. So in this case, these zone notifications will come only for you and not for the not on the primary phone. So for example, if I just select an address, so I just selected this address, which is our office. And then again, you can change the zoom with your fingers to decide the radius of the circle, but please do not go below 200 meters, as I mentioned before. Then you can click next and you attach the shared tracker with the geofence zone. And now when I go in and out of this geofence, I will get a push notification on my phone whenever I leave or enter the geofence. Now I want to show you the behavior of the tracker when it is not connected with the Bluetooth over the mobile app. So when the tracker is not connected over Bluetooth, the Bluetooth symbol that is on the tracker goes away, and then the ring icon becomes into locate. So here you can click locate to find the position of the tracker. This request goes over LoRaWAN, which means that the tracker has to send at least one uplink for the downlink to be sent, and then the tracker sends its position. And the maximum time it takes is 25 minutes. After that, the mobile app times out with the failure. So while this is happening, I can also show you the alerts. So the alerts you see here are also happening over LoRaWAN. So if I enable SOS alert, for example, and I trigger SOS with a triple click, this message will again go over LoRaWAN. And after a while, if the LoRaWAN uplink goes through, you will see a push notification on the phone. Then you can also change the profile. So for example, if you can go to settings, and here again, you can change the profile of the tracker depending on your needs. Now I want to show you what is happening on the accounts page. So you can go to the account settings page, and here you can change the image of the account, which is you, and also your password. And if you have any problems, you can go to the help menu where you can view the user manual, frequently asked questions. You can also report a problem, and this will open an email client with the email address of our support team. And you can also, of course, access developer options, and these only work when the tracker is connected over Bluetooth. And here you can open the CLI terminal to interact with the tracker. You can run some test cases, and you can even set some profiles of the tracker. These options are only limited to the admin users, so you will need to contact us to upgrade your account to an admin user, and this feature is usually restricted to operations team, distributors, system integrators, and anyone who is administering the service on behalf of the end user. Finally, you can go to the tracker advanced settings page. And if you would like to remove the tracker, be advised that you do it when the tracker is connected to Bluetooth, so that the Bluetooth bond on the tracker is successfully removed directly from the phone. So I'm just going to remove the tracker from my account. And if I do that, you will hear the Bluetooth melody of the tracker, and the Bluetooth bond on the tracker will be cleared. All right. Thanks a lot for the demo, and talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.